And yeah, let's see. If you guys are in, you can just wait for the price to tap into this level. And with that being said, price is already tapping the level, so that's fantastic. Even if, yo, what is good, family? Hope you all are having an amazing day. Let's kick it off with today's video. We have a bearish idea today with the private group of students at the open of the New York session. It was a win. We had a little bit of chaos at the time of the entry. It was super random. I will break it down right now, but eventually hit the exits. Very good hot streak this week. We are 3-0 with the correct ideas that I've shared with the group of students. We have some invalidation this week. I will share it here, of course, full transparency. But yeah, basically this is a hot streak. Obviously the losses will come and they will balance out the wins to then return the strategy to the average win rate. The fact that we are 3-0 this week doesn't mean that the strategy suddenly has 100% execution rate. Obviously the hot streak will come after with the the loss streak to balance everything out and bring everything back to the 60-70% of win rate. So basically that's how we are today. Basically we catch this short. Let's get the idea back to 2 p.m. which is where the market was when I was looking for this trade. And basically the first question that I always ask myself is where we are coming from. We came from this bullish range. We have this high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. As simple as that. All right, now basically the price inside of this bullish impulse creates high, low, lower high, lower low. So at this point in time, what I do is basically set up my bullish BOS and also my bearish BOS. That's how I was setting up my scenario, because last high is a lower high, therefore I look for a bullish BOS. My last low could be this one, but this is a lower low that is not still formed because I need a lower high. I mean, I need a second pullback, and we don't have a pullback yet. Market is still dropping, therefore this is not valid for my setup. I have to pick up the next one, which is a higher low. Therefore I'm looking for a bearish break of a structure, as simple as that. Now next candle, session opens. Today we didn't have the trade exactly at the New York Open. We had it like 5 minutes after. Basically the next M5 candle gives us a lot more of insight. Now we have this as a lower low. Why? Because we understand that in this bearish impulse, the bullish candle is marking up the finish, the end of the bearish range and the beginning of the pullback. So now we can set this up as the lower low for us to take the bearish rule of the third impulse. Now the only thing is making sure if we have a second pullback. So let's go over it again. First impulse, first pullback. Second impulse, second pullback. Right? On a bullish candle, first price makes the low and then makes the high. Now we set up the bearish rule of the third impulse. There we go. And that's pretty much the setup. We also had the bullish break of a structure as a pending order. That was the other idea. Obviously, the moment market closes like this, we are pretty sure about our invalidation level. When market was only with this candle, obviously we're not sure where to put the invalidation because price is still going lower. So we don't know if market will stop over there. But once we have the bullish candle being formed, obviously we can say that price is ready for us to give us the invalidation point for the bullish in case that it goes active. Now, next candle, boom, there it goes, activates the setup. At the moment market surpasses this lower low, we automatically cancel the bullish idea. Let's go to the 1 minute. And is this 1 minute candle the one that goes hard to the downside? Now, as you saw in the introduction, I was not breaking this down at the same moment that we are right now, because in the introduction of the video, you see the price a little bit more forward. This is interesting. Today I was giving the session, and as always, when market approaches to the level of entry, I send the idea to the app, to the private app we have for the students that are not able to jump into the live analysis sessions, so they still have the ideas. The people that were on my live session, they didn't have any issue because they were on all the breakdown while I was explaining this bearish idea. But at the moment that market was getting closer, I was sending the idea and I was seeing that it was not being sent. Then I look at the trading view and suddenly it was without connection, and it was my internet that it literally went down. Literally went down at the exact second that I was sending the idea. So I was like, all right, is my seller stop going active correctly? I might be able to send the idea to the students. It was a little bit of chaos, but eventually, you know, I disconnected the phone from the Wi-Fi. I connected the laptop to the hotspot of the iPhone, and everything started to work smoothly. But when I got the connection back, it was like 1 or 2 minutes after the market was around here. So I was like, all right. So I was not able to send the idea to the students. My seller stop and students' seller stops were active perfectly, but the students that were not in the session are not in. So let's now send a sell limit. All right, instead of a seller stop, now it is a sell limit. Price didn't hit the exit 2, the last exit. So I said, all right, if market pulls back to the entry, it's still valid. And I sent the idea to the students as a sell limit when market tapped again into the area. So something like this. Eventually price went active the idea when it tapped again into the level of entry and eventually hit all the exits. So yeah, this is the entry I sent to the students that were not live, but my idea and all the rest of the students setup that were in the live session was like this as every other trade. But today I had to, you know, do a little bit of freestyle, adapting myself to the chaos of the internet connection. But besides that, all the trades are the same. Only this type of, you know, little and tricky scenarios are the ones that can get you out of the routine. But if you're an advanced trader, you have a good decision making process, and also you have a good market IQ, you will be able to do this type of freestyle. In fact, right now I think my internet is lagging again. No, it came back, but whatever. You get the point. It's the experience that makes these type of situations possible. And that's why having an educator that has experience is important, because a person that doesn't have the experience, doesn't have the market IQ, doesn't have all the years behind the back, is not able to do this. All right. So guys, you know, in the description of the video, you have the link to my Instagram. You can send me a DM, ask about the information for my private group of students, see if we have spots, and be able to access this type of calls where I call this type of trades live. Also have access to my intensive course where I explain this strategy in depth. If I have value right here in my YouTube channel, imagine on the intensive course, imagine on the live sessions, imagine on the private Q&As that we do for the students, imagine all the rest of the education that you will be able to access once you enter on the private group if you're getting this type of information on the free YouTube channel. With this being said, family, see you all on the next ones, and let's get it.